So, I saw your RSVP and, not attending? Really, Ashley? You're seriously going to skip my wedding?
Why did you even send me an invitation? You honestly thought I'd want to watch you marry the man who cheated on me with you?
It's called being classy. I'm including everyone, even the bitter ex-wife. You're the one making it weird by turning it into drama.
No, Cindy. What's weird is you thinking we're still friends. You slept with my husband, Cindy, while we were still married.
Oh my God, not this again. I didn't steal him. If your marriage had been working, he wouldn't have looked elsewhere. Maybe take a little accountability.
Take a little accountability? Coming from the girl who's made a habit of stealing other people's boyfriends since high school? You were always accidentally dating someone's boyfriend, then acted shocked when people got upset. You flirted with Jessica's boyfriend at homecoming, hooked up with Brianna's prom date, and even lied about Melanie's. You've been doing this forever, Cindy. You just finally found one who was dumb enough to marry you.
Wow, really digging up the archives, huh? I didn't realize this was a court hearing.
It's not a court hearing, it's a pattern. And the only reason you invited me is to make yourself look innocent. You want me there so you don't have to sit in the mess you made by yourself.
Okay, wow, someone's clearly not over it. Maybe try therapy instead of lashing out at people who've moved on.
I've moved on. That's why I said no. Because I have no interest in watching two liars play house like nothing happened.
Brad isn't a liar. He's my fiancé, soon to be my husband, and we're happy. You should try being happy for us.
I was happy until you both blew up my life behind my back and acted like I was the villain for being upset.
Jeez, relax. I was just trying to be nice by inviting you. Brad thought it might help clear the air or whatever.
The only thing that needs clearing is your delusion that I'd ever show up to support either of you after what you did.
Well, you know what it looks like from the outside. It looks like you're bitter and lonely. Like you can't stand the idea that we won.
You didn't win, Cindy. You got a man who cheats, lies, and sneaks around. That's not a win, that's a warning sign.
At least I'm not still clinging to the past. You really need to let it go and find something to do with your time.
I do have something to do with my time. A job I actually earned, responsibilities I take seriously, and a future I'm proud of. Unlike some people, I don't build my life out of someone else's leftovers and call it an upgrade.
Oh, here we go, Miss Hard-Working Career Woman. We get it, Ashley. You have a job. You probably schedule your emotions in Outlook.
I'd rather schedule my emotions than spend my life blowing up other people's just to feel important.
You really don't have to be so cold. I extended an olive branch and you basically lit it on fire.
You didn't send me an olive branch. You sent me a glitter-covered invitation to the wedding of my ex-husband and my ex-best friend. There's no peace offering in that, just arrogance. You and Brad deserve each other. Just don't expect me to clap while the ship sinks.
Fine, be that way. Don't say I didn't try to be the bigger person.
You didn't try to be anything but smug. And if you really want the truth, I hope you get everything you deserve.
Okay, so I've been thinking, and I feel like maybe we got off on the wrong foot with that whole RSVP thing. I know you're still mad, but honestly, I think this could be a healing moment for everyone if you just showed up. In fact, Brad and I were talking, and we actually think it would be so perfect if you gave a little speech.
A speech? You want me to give a speech? At your wedding? To the man who cheated on me with you?
Exactly. Think of how mature it would be. Everyone would see how graceful you are. It would show you finally moved on.
You are unbelievable. This isn't about grace. It's about you wanting me there for the optics. You want people to clap for your growth.
That is so unfair. This has nothing to do with optics. It's about letting go and showing we're not enemies.
Cut the garbage. Why do you really want me there, Cindy?
Fine, you want the truth. It's because it would be iconic, me walking down the aisle in that designer gown, surrounded by luxury, and you, the ex, being classy and cool and giving a heartfelt speech. It's like the ultimate moment of power and forgiveness.
Right, forgiveness as performance. Very on brand for you.
Also, it doesn't hurt that Brad is spending $50,000 on this wedding. 5 times what he spent on yours, by the way. The venue alone is almost 20 grand. And the ring? Custom. You should see it sparkle.
50,000? Interesting. I didn't realize Brad had that kind of money lying around.
Well, clearly he was just waiting for the right person to spend it on.
Sure. Or maybe he's just gotten really good at pretending.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just funny how someone who needed help paying rent a year ago is suddenly throwing 50 grand parties.
Maybe I'm just worth it. Ever think of that?
I think Brad's always had a way of making things look a lot shinier than they really are.
You really think I'm trying to hurt you, don't you? I'm just trying to include you because deep down, I still care.
You care about appearances. You care about control. You don't care about me. You never have. And you clearly don't know me at all.
Ugh, you're impossible. It's like no matter what I say, you twist it into some personal attack.
Because everything you say is about you. Your idea of peace is me putting on a smile while you soak up attention.
It's not attention, Ashley. It's love. It's a celebration, and you're the only one making it toxic.
No, I'm just the only one refusing to pretend your fantasy is real. You betrayed me, and now you want me to clap for it?
People would respect you more if you could just be the bigger person.
People already respect me, Cindy, because I don't fake forgiveness to look good in group photos.
Brad said you'd pull this. He said you'd make everything about you and refuse to let go.
Funny, he made everything about himself when he walked out of our marriage and straight into yours. Enjoy him.
Wow, I was offering you a moment to show grace and closure, but I guess you're too bitter to see the opportunity.
You're not offering grace, you're offering humiliation dressed in pastels. I'm not giving a speech, I'm not coming to your wedding, and I'm not pretending.
You'll regret this. One day when you're old and alone, you'll wish you had made peace while you had the chance.
If peace means standing in a room full of people clapping for a lie, I'll take solitude. Happily.
What the hell, Ashley? Where is everybody? You didn't seriously convince our entire friend group to skip my wedding, did you?
No, Cindy, I didn't need to convince anyone. People just made their own choice, and none of them chose you.
Oh, please. You've been poisoning people against me for years. Don't act innocent. I know you've been talking trash behind my back.
You're giving me way too much credit. You burned every one of those bridges on your own. I just stayed out of the smoke.
This is insane. Not a single person from high school came. Not one. They were supposed to be here. I invited everyone. I even told the caterer to prepare for all of them. You know how expensive that was?
Maybe check a calendar, Cindy, or a group chat. It's the 10-year reunion tonight. Everyone's there. That's where they are.
Wait, what? You're telling me they scheduled the reunion on the same night as my wedding?
No, they scheduled the reunion. You scheduled your wedding without knowing, because nobody thought you'd be invited anyway.
You've got to be kidding. You're saying I wasn't even invited to my own reunion?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You're not on the list. No one thought you'd be missed. And guess what? You weren't.
Unbelievable. So they just, left me out? Without even saying anything after all the years I spent hanging out with them?
Years you spent stealing their boyfriends, starting drama, and acting like you were the main character in everyone else's life? Yeah, that caught up to you.
Oh my God. Seriously? Everyone is still mad about stupid high school drama? That was a decade ago. We were kids.
And you haven't changed a bit. That's the problem. You're still the same girl who treats people like trash and expects praise.
Okay, wow. So you're all just fake. Smiling to my face, pretending we're cool, and then ghosting me the second I do something real?
No one ghosted you. They just stopped pretending. You finally saw what life looks like when people stop covering for your messes.
Unreal. I bet you're loving this. Sitting there in your boring little job while I have a designer gown and a luxury venue.
The difference is my life is built on trust and hard work. Yours is built on stolen men and hollow Instagram captions.
Please, your life is just spreadsheets and takeout. I've got a custom ring, a $50,000 wedding, and a new last name. I even upgraded the menu just in case the reunion crowd showed up. They were supposed to be part of this.
And still nobody showed up.
You think this is funny? You think it's fun watching me throw money away on Wagyu sliders and truffle risotto for ghosts?
You needed it so badly you begged me to give a speech. Don't pretend you weren't counting on applause to make it all feel real.
You know what? Let them rot at that stupid reunion. You think I care that a bunch of nobodies are eating shrimp in a banquet hall?
It's actually a rooftop downtown. Full bar, gourmet catering, packed guest list. I'm here right now, actually. It's lovely.
Oh, so now you're bragging? Wow, Ashley, classy.
I'm not bragging, I'm just answering your question. You asked where everyone was, I gave you the truth.
Screw the truth. You people were never real friends. All you ever did was judge me because I was hotter and had more confidence.
We didn't judge you because you were pretty, Cindy. We judged you because you were cruel, competitive, and couldn't stop betraying people.
Whatever, this is all fake, you're all fake. I bet the whole thing is a setup just to make me feel left out.
No setup required. You did that part all on your own.
You've got to be kidding me. Tell me this is some prank. Those photos from the reunion, they can't be real. Tell me it's fake.
They're absolutely real. Tyson proposed last month. We decided to share the news at the reunion. Everyone was genuinely happy for us.
You're engaged to Tyson Banks? Are you frickin' serious? He was supposed to be mine.
No, he wasn't. You had a crush, a loud, obsessive, one-sided crush. That doesn't make him yours. It just makes you persistent.
Everyone knew I liked him. I posted about him constantly. I wrote his name all over my binders. That was my dream guy.
And he never once showed interest. You chased a fantasy, meanwhile Tyson and I got to know each other like adults. Quietly, respectfully, and with actual connection.
So what, you just slide in behind my back while I was planning a wedding? You seriously can't let me have anything, can you?
Cindy, the only thing you had was someone else's husband and a Pinterest board. Don't act like you built something worth defending.
He's not even your type. Tyson is adventurous and fun, and you're just organized and uptight and beige.
He likes stability, loyalty, integrity. He's not interested in drama queens with zero impulse control and a 10-year trail of ex-friends.
I'm divorcing Brad right now. He's a mess anyway. I'm done wasting time. I am going after Tyson. He's going to see this.
That's bold, considering Tyson already knows about your entire track record and wants nothing to do with you.
You told him lies about me?
I didn't need to lie. I just answered his questions. Turns out, slept with my best friend's husband speaks for itself.
I can't believe this. First you ruined my wedding, now you're sabotaging my future? You are obsessed with tearing me down.
You're doing that just fine on your own, but since you brought up Brad, you might want to look at his financials.
He said he had savings. He told me he was waiting to use them on something meaningful, like our wedding.
That something meaningful apparently also included a last-minute loan, taken out in your name, by the way.
What?
I heard from someone at the bank. He applied for credit using your joint information. I guess you didn't read the fine print when you signed the registry forms.
He wouldn't do that. You're lying. That's illegal.
So is lying on loan applications, and yet, here we are. I suggest checking your credit score soon.
This is insane. You don't know anything. We just booked a luxury honeymoon. He bought me a Louis bag. None of that screams broke.
Brad has maxed out 3 credit cards in the last 6 months. He borrowed $5,000 from a mutual friend and said he was 3 months behind on rent.
No, you're just saying this to ruin things for me. You're bitter and jealous and making things up to feel powerful.
I'm not bitter. I'm free. Which is more than I can say for you, tied to a man whose whole image is fake, and whose debt is now halfway attached to your name.
You think you're so smart just because your life is quiet and boring? Well, guess what? I'd rather be dramatic than invisible.
And I'd rather be invisible than bankrupt, married to a fraud, and alone in a banquet hall with 80 untouched Wagyu sliders.
Ashley, you have to help me, please. I know things got ugly between us, but this is serious. I don't know what to do.
That's a first.
I am not joking. Brad's gone. He packed a bag and disappeared. He left a note saying, "Sorry, but I had to." That's all.
And now you're surprised?
He took the rest of our cash. The honeymoon was never booked. The Louis bag, it was fake. And the wedding invoices, all in my name.
Sounds about right.
I'm being harassed by the caterer, the venue, the planner. They're threatening legal action. The dress isn't even paid off. I thought he handled it all.
You thought wrong.
I owe over $30,000. That doesn't even include the credit card he opened with my info. They say I co-signed. I didn't even know he used my name.
Let me guess. You didn't read anything before signing. You were too busy showing off your perfect day.
He told me not to worry. He said he had it covered, that he had investments coming in, that this was the least I deserved.
And you believed him, just like you believed you won.
You don't get it. He conned me. He used me. You were married to him. You know how charming he can be.
I do. I also know how full of crap he is. That's why I divorced him. That's why I warned you.
No, you didn't. You were smug and cold and sarcastic, but you never actually warned me.
I told you he was a liar. I told you he was broke. You said I was bitter. That's not on me, Cindy.
You could have tried harder. You could have stopped me. You knew he would do something like this.
I tried. You laughed. You told me I was jealous. You posted smug little captions about manifesting your dreams. That wasn't a dream, Cindy. That was my trash.
I can't afford this. I can't even make rent this month. I might lose my job if this hits my credit report. I need help.
You need a lawyer or a financial advisor, or maybe both, but I'm not either of those things. And I'm done being your fallback plan.
You're really going to just sit there while my life falls apart after everything? After all those years of knowing each other?
We weren't friends, Cindy. Not really. You just used me, just like you used everyone. The only difference now is you picked someone who used you back.
I'm begging you. I don't have anyone else. You don't even have to give me money. Just help me find him. You must know something.
I don't, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I'm not going to track down my cheating ex-husband so you can scream at him for being exactly who he's always been.
Please, just call the bank. Say I didn't co-sign. Or talk to the planner. Tell them you know he misled me. Something. Anything.
You think I'm going to clean up after your mess? You thought stealing Brad would give you some kind of fairy tale? What you got was debt in a tuxedo and a disappearing act.
I thought you'd understand. I thought maybe deep down you still cared. That some part of you wouldn't want to see me ruined?
I don't want to see you ruined. I just don't want to stop you from finally facing what you are. You wanted my life, you got his lies. You can keep them.
You are heartless.
No, Cindy, I'm just finally done.
You'll regret this. When I figure it all out, when I recover from this, you'll wish you hadn't turned your back.
I didn't turn my back. I just stopped facing the wrong direction.
You're unbelievable. I hope Tyson cheats on you. I hope he walks out like Brad did. I hope you choke on your smugness.
And I hope you eventually realize that none of this happened to you. It happened because of you.
Don't you dare block me, Ashley. I swear if you block me...
Goodbye, Cindy. I didn't block Cindy to hurt her. I blocked her because I finally realized she was never going to stop dragging me backwards. Some people mistake chaos for passion and drama for love, but I'm done mistaking noise for meaning. Brad was a liar, but Cindy made a choice too. She saw what he did to me, and she still wanted to wear the ring. She thought she could outrun consequences by pretending they only belonged to other people. But eventually, the truth catches up, with all of us. I didn't destroy her life. I just didn't save it. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not interested in proving anything. I have a quiet life, a steady relationship, and people around me who don't need to be impressed, just respected. Let her chase ghosts and empty luxury if she wants. I have real love now, real peace. And nothing, not a wedding, not a grudge, not a desperate text at midnight, is ever going to shake that again. She thought she was writing the ending to my story. Turns out, she was just the cautionary footnote.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.